I'm going to set you on a tripod in a second, but we're going to talk about picking your major and kind of like some of the fears that come with that. Alrighty, as I said, we're talking about majors and kind of the things that you might be scared of. I was watching a video before this, and it was talking about imposter syndrome. Let me define that for you. Okay, this is according to Wikipedia, by the way. Imposter syndrome, also known as imposter phenomenon, imposterism, fraud syndrome, or the imposter experience, is a psychological pattern in which an individual doubts their accomplishments or talents and has a persistent internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. I think this is something that a lot of people experience in everything. Like, when my graduating class at my high school, and we were all like applying to colleges, and we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do, there was so many of my friends that they were like, I was taking a film class my senior year, right? And I had a friend who I'm not going to name, but he wanted to be a cinematographer, but I don't know, it was like a sad story. He wanted to be a cinematographer, but he didn't have the guts or like the courage to actually go after it, or like deny his parents like what they wanted him to do. And I just thought that was kind of sad. Like, even now I like experience this imposter syndrome thing. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be here. Like I sometimes don't fit. Like my grades are like literally perfection, and I still doubt myself, and like I doubt how I might get into the things I actually want to do. I get into the film industry and do things I actually want to do, but like it's hard because there's so much self-doubt. There's going from being a student to actually being like doing it. Like there's a big like jump there. Like I'm in a class that is supposed to help us figure out how we're supposed to get from student to filmmaker, like in the field, like making stuff, like earning money, that kind of thing. And we're doing a final project on an independent film, and we're supposed to figure out how they made that leap. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like sometimes just very difficult to ignore your fear and just go after it and just do it. But like, I feel like it takes advantage of so many of us. Anyway, that was a tangent that I don't know if you enjoyed or not, but back to our subject, and it kind of relates. If you're like trying to pick a major and there's something like in the back of your mind that you've been thinking about for a while, and you're like doubting yourself, just kind of like take a step back. Like, really consider it. I feel like you shouldn't immediately throw that away, because if you never try, you're gonna regret it. Like, if you never like apply, if you never do this, you never do that, you are going to regret it. You should just take the chance and try, because again, if you don't, you're gonna regret it, and you're gonna live your life with regrets. And you don't want that, because you're never gonna know if it would have worked out. You're never gonna know if you would have made it. So when it comes to like picking a major, some of the more practical things you can go through is like in high school. High school is all about learning who you are, and college is about how you can be confident in who you are. That's how I look at it. High school, you should be taking as many classes, as many camps. A lot of colleges offer programs for prospective students to figure out what they want to do. you should take advantage as many of those as possible, especially because the college programs will get you, it'll make you look better on your applications if you end up applying for the university that you went to that camp to. It'll look good on your Common App for America, at least. I don't know if they use Common App outside America. But yeah, you should take advantage of many of those as possible. Personally, I don't think you should be trying to figure out what you want to be during college. You should be doing that prior to college, like in high school. And like, don't feel pressured to know what you want to do, if that makes sense. Like, around this age, if you're looking at this, either you're like senior in high school and you're like 17, 18 years old, you're like not even through a quarter of your life and you're trying to figure out what you want to do. It's just like not feasible, and it's going to change. Your interests are going to change. It's inevitable. So like, don't feel like you need to pick something now. You can take a gap year, you can explore different careers, you could switch. You don't even need to go to college. Just do what makes you happy. I cannot emphasize that enough. You need to do something that makes you happy, because you are going to hate yourself and you're gonna hate your life if you don't choose to do something that you enjoy. And honestly, I feel like that's the saddest thing that could ever happen into a person's life. You find that you're 34 years old and you hate what you do, and you've hated what you've done for the past 20, 25 years. It's just, it's sad to see. It's sad to see. So whatever you do when it comes to deciding either your major, your job, your pursuits in life, please, I implore you, just make sure it makes you happy. If anything but that, just make sure it makes you happy. Yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Mostly because this was a rant, because I've been feeling a little insecure about myself as of lately. But I mean, you just kind of I just kind of throw myself into it. Even if I'm scared, just make that leap. Because in the long run, I know it will help me, probably, hopefully, and maybe get me somewhere that I want to be. I mean, there's always people around me in college rooting for me, my teachers trying to help me, but they can't help me if I don't give them anything to work with. So I just gotta throw myself into it. And so do you, so don't be afraid to throw yourself into it. Because that's how you're gonna get somewhere, no matter what you decide to do. You can see my acne now. Don't comment on my acne, okay?